One morning, Gordon was in the yard taking on a large supply of coal. "That's the third load of coal you've had today, Gordon," said James. "Some might say you're being rather greedy."
"I'm an important engine," replied Gordon. "Important engines need plenty of coal, but I doubt you'd understand that, little James."
James snorted and went about his work. Later, Gordon was taking on water from a standpipe because the water tower was under repair. "I wouldn't drink too much of that water if I were you, Gordon. It might give you boiler ache."
"Pah!" said Gordon. "What's this? Educating Gordon, eh? First James and now you, Duck. Big engines have big needs. Little engines are just annoying."
"Don't say I didn't warn you," laughed Duck. Later, Gordon steamed into the yard at the big station. He still felt miserable. "That water must be bad, Gordon. You look like your boiler's full of sludge," said Henry. "Have a good wash out, then you'll feel a different engine." And he went away laughing. Gordon said nothing. He just backed down onto the train, hissing mournfully.
"Shut up, Gordon," said the Fat Controller. "I can't, sir. The others say I've got boiler ache, but I haven't, sir. I keep thinking about what the diesels say, sir. Is it true?"
"What do they say?"
"They say they're taking over."
"Yes, Gordon, I'm afraid so."
"What? All my brothers and sisters drawn the same time as me?"
"All gone, except one." The guard's whistle blew, and Gordon puffed away sadly. "Poor Gordon," said the Fat Controller. If only we could. I'll ask his owner at once." A few days later, Gordon was resting in a siding. Suddenly, his driver ran back, excited. "Wake up, Gordon! The Fat Controller's given you a surprise! Look!" Gordon could barely believe his eyes. Backing towards him were two massive green tenders and an engine shaped like him.
"It's Flying Scotsman," he gasped. "The Fat Controller's brought him to see me. Oh, thank you, sir."
Gordon's toot of joy was drowned by Flying Scotsman's. Soon, the two engines were being photographed side by side, chatting away.
"You've changed a lot," smiled Gordon.
"I was rebuilt and looked hideous," replied Scotsman. "But my owner said I was an extra special engine, and they gave me back my proper shape."
"Is that why you have two tenders? Being special?"
"No, you'd hardly believe it, Gordon, but on the other railway there's hardly any coal and water anymore."
"But surely every proper railway..."
"Exactly. You are lucky to have a controller who knows how to run railways." Everyone got on with Flying Scotsman, except Henry, who was jealous and started complaining. He banged some trucks angrily. "I work hard enough for two," he puffed. "I deserve another tender." Duck whispered something to Donald. He was going to play a trick on Henry. "Henry," he asked innocently, "would you like my tenders?" "Yours? What have you got to do with tenders?" "All right," said Duck. "The deal's off. Would you like them, Donald?" "I wouldn't deprive ye of the honour," replied Donald. "It is a great honour," continued Duck thoughtfully, "but I am only a tank engine, so I wouldn't know anything about tenders. Perhaps James might." "I'm sorry I was rude," spluttered Henry hastily. "How many tenders have you, and when can I have them?" I have 6, and you can have them this evening." "6 lovely tenders," chortled Henry. "What a splendid sight I'll be." Henry was excited all day. "Do you think it'll be all right?" he asked for the umpteenth time. "Of course," replied Duck. "They're probably ready now." The other engines waited where they could each get a good view. But Henry wasn't a splendid sight at all. His 6 tenders were very old, dirty and filled with boiler sludge. "Had a good wash out, Henry," called a voice. "That's right, you'll feel a different engine now." Henry was not sure, but he thought the voice belonged to Gordon.